Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to channel Hold My Kebab. Yes, the kind of same thing as Hold My Beer, but you know, we just wanted to switch it up. We don't want Hold My Beer every replay, so why not Hold My Kebab? I love kebab, so hold it for me whilst we watch these great replays. And the first one, we have a deathstar. It's been a while since we've had a deathstar in these in the Hold My Beer, Hold My Kebab, sort of Hold My Cup of Tea series. So I thought, you know what, we've had quite a few deathstar replays sent in, so I thought, why not use one? And actually, the tank itself is still one of the worst performing tier 10 tanks, and it has been for the last year or so. It's Wargaming, since Wargaming have nerfed it, it is just shockingly bad in terms of stats. It still plays okay. It still plays okay. It's definitely not the same tank it once was. You can't just sit at the back and snipe anymore, because you will most likely get spotted most of the time, and it's frustrating because you're quite far away from the enemy and you're like, how was I spotted? When this tank works, it works. When it doesn't, it is so frustrating, and it's one of the shittest tanks in tier 10. But when it works, when I mean when it works, I mean if your hesh RNG and your hesh works, then you can do big damage with so few shots in the tank. This game here, he's going to have 8 shots. He's going to have 8 shots. We are going to look at the deathstar again. We're going to make a video probably just to see how the tank is performing, win rate, damage, etc. It's been a few months since we've had a look at the deathstar, and it's a tank I don't really ever play now. The only time I ever play this tank is if we are in a stream. Other than that, I don't sit there and think, you know what, I'm going to sit and play the deathstar. I don't know why. It's just not as fun as it once was. But that shot there on that T-54E1, goodbye T-54. So how you want to play the tank, it all depends if you like the hesh or not. If you love the hesh and you want to use the hesh, then of course you need to try and flank around. Now, not many tanks can do 1300 damage, 1400 damage to a side of an IS-4. Deathstar can. Some people are still calling the deathstar broken. It's not. It really isn't, because sometimes, most of the time in fact, you might get a nice hesh shot out, but sometimes that's the only shot you may be able to get out. So yes, you're going to do 1500, 1600 per shot, but if you get rushed by the enemy, then that could be the only shot that you take, and you've got a 20-second reload. If you miss your shot, it's absolutely that's a pain as well. But when your HE works, when your hesh works, just like we're seeing here, the hesh is working like every single time. 6.5k damage, 6.5k damage with 6, I think there's 6 shots, which is incredible. He's going to get a nice shot here. He's not quite heshable on the turret of the Emil, but he can still get a nice AP for nearly 900 damage. And now that Emil is a one-shot, there's not much he can do. Hopefully the Sheridan should be able to take him out. Sheridan does take him out, and it now just leaves a 2 versus 1. The grill is 1200 damage. He's going to be sitting there to the Sheridan like, he's either going to be hoping that the grill takes out the Sheridan, or he's going to be hoping that the Sheridan misses his shot, because at the moment he is on 7.4k damage with 7 shots. There goes the Sheridan. He must be rubbing his hands together right now. After seeing that miss, he's rubbing his hands together. He is going to load up the hesh, and there we go, 1200 damage. Goodbye, grill. And that one shot, 1200 damage, puts his damage above 8,000. 8,692. That only took 8 shots to do. Absolutely crazy when it does work like that. But guys, it doesn't always work like that. Doesn't always work the way you want it to work. Definitely not with the deathstar. You either miss, or you splash, or you just get rushed and you do absolutely fuck all. Next game, we're going to watch Nemo in the T22. Now, I think this game is a fantastic game. Not everyone's going to agree. A lot of people are going to turn around and say, yeah, but the noob team, the enemy was noobs. Yes, some of the enemy were complete noobs. The E5 especially. But the way he holds off, the way he holds it, the way he plays is absolutely fantastic. And it's, in my opinion, regardless of the enemy's win rate and how good they are, the way he plays it is one of the best T22 games I've seen. Not the best, but one of the best, up there in the top. So already he's thinking, you know what, I'm not going to flank. There's quite a lot of enemy around there. Some of his team are still, look at the map. A lot of his team, the heavies, are pretty much still in spawn. The spawn area, around to the left, sort of not pushing the middle. So him pushing would not be a wise choice. So he's just going to sit back. He's going to sit back and he's actually going to snipe. But that's at the moment the best position for him. And I think at the moment, I think he was maybe thinking, you know what, do I flank around? There's 4, there's 5, there's maybe 6 tanks around this area. Is it a wise choice if I flank around? But now he's sitting there thinking, you know what, this is the best position for me. My heavies are there. The medium tanks are focusing on my heavies. So I'm able now just to sit back and farm damage from the side of these tanks without pretty much getting shot in return. But the enemy are making a good push. They are making a really good push. And they are focusing, except for that guy who's just bounced. Wrong choice. Shouldn't be shooting the T22. Clear the heavy. Clear the heavy. The ST actually stays alive a lot longer than I expected him to. So whoever shot the T22, I'm not even sure who actually shot him, was the wrong choice. They should be clearing the tank first. So before you know it, it is a 4 versus 5. He's not looking at running away yet. He's platoon mate there, also in a Death Star. He's going to sit and protect him as long as possible. And this is where he needs his Death Star to actually do his job and deal some damage. Because at the minute, it is a 3 versus 5. You can see the light tank on his team is around by the cap area. He's just met a TD, so he's going to also die very, very soon. His platoon mate's still full hit points, but he's not going to be full hit points for much. They are all literally rushing him. There's 3 tanks there, but Nemo here is getting some good shots. He's getting some good damage, and he's actually bringing these hit points down. So now, unfortunately, he has to leave his platoon mate. He has to leave his platoon mate, and because of that, the heavy tanks are going to deal with the Death Star. So he is going to be left on his own, and it is now a 1 versus 5. He's dealing with this FV, and the only thing he can really do, he can't really run away. The only thing he can really do is face hug him, and at the moment it is working. He only took pretty much one shot from that guy, and he has managed to take him out. So he's bringing it down to a 1 versus 4. There is a couple of tanks, I think 2 tanks that are very low hit points, the AMX and the IS-8, but there's also 2 heavies that are that have got a decent amount of hit points. So he's looked at the time and thought, you know what, I've got 3.5 minutes. Let's just run around the map. We need to take care of these one-shots first. We have to take care of these one-shots. And as we know that the AMX was on his own, he needs to get there. If the AMX is still there, then he's a noob, which he is. Why is he still there? I don't know. For me, if I was the AMX and I'm a one-shot, I definitely wouldn't be in this part of the map, in the desert, on my own, whilst all the other heavies are in town. I would just go with my heavies, or maybe go and cap. There's not much he can do when he's a one-shot. But no, he decided to stay where he was, isolated on his own, and Nemo was able to take him out. So he's trying to take a few shots on the E5 now, but the T95 E6 has come up. Now, the T95 E6 had I think he does the best on the enemy team. And at the minute, Nemo can't push him because he does have the E5 at the back. At this time, we don't know how good the E5 is. He was capping, and then he decides to, you know what, I'm going to stop capping. And any moment now, he's going to spot the IS-8. There's the IS-8, so he's going to try and ignore, or he's running away from the T95 E6. He does get a nice shot into him, and he's going towards the IS-8 to clear him. And you can see he's trying to angle now. He's trying to angle. He can't turn around, because if he turns around, then he is going to get shot. He's actually showing the strongest part of his tank, which is the rear, but not actually so he can shoot the rear. He's trying to angle the best he can, and it actually works. And he's now got rid of him. He's on 622 hit points, and this is where we find we find out that the E5 is just not a great player at all. He's blocked 2,200 damage at the moment. You can see he's going for the tracks. He's trying to make him use his repair kits. And now he has him in a position where he's up the hill. The E5 can't get his gun down enough. He can only see the top of his turret. Absolutely fantastic play there. And as you can see, that the strongest part, he does get a bounce from the rear of this guy as well. 7,200 damage so far. He damages his ammo rat, and of course the E5 has used his repair kit, so he's going to have a long reload at the moment, and he's just bouncing. The E5 just cannot pen. Nemo goes for the track every single time. Absolutely amazing gameplay there. Yes, the E5 was a bit of a noob. Nemo should not have won that game, but still 8,100 damage. Top gun, high caliber. He gets the Radleys, he gets the Stillwall, and he gets the Kolobanov. Absolutely great. Great game, great play style, and just his decision making, going for the tracks at the end there, running away, going for the one shots, ultimately won him that game. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you've got a replay like this, send it to my email in the description. I'm Meadsy, and I'll see you soon. With